What's up guys, XVRX. Today I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and keep your tombstone while grinding out the classified schematics in tier 5, and this is for solo players. Yes, you heard that right, this is for solo players. I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and do this. This is a super busted method right now, so hopefully you hop in and get this done before it gets patched. So what you need to do is go ahead, set your tombstone up like normally. If you don't know how to set the tombstone up in season 2, I got you. Check out my video down in the description to learn how to do that. Now this is the way I would recommend setting up your tombstone. Have a Scorcher, VR11, 2 tier 3 pack crystals, 2 legendary tools, 2 dog bones, and the Aether blade. And then once we come back in lobby, this is actually what it's going to look like once you come back in lobby afterwards. Now go ahead and unequip everything. All right, now we're going to go ahead and equip our Elder Sigil. I'm going to equip a Scorcher and a pack 3 crystal. Now, you guys don't have to do this as you're going to already have it in your tombstone. However, I want to get to my tombstone quicker, so this is why I'm doing this. And you guys may be wondering why I did not recommend having a tombstone in your initial tombstone setup. Now, when you're originally doing tombstone, I definitely recommend that, so that way you can just keep popping your tombstone, not having to go to the machine. However, since we're going to be solo grinding tier 5, I highly recommend swapping that out for an extra dog bone, as it's going to be very helpful in the tier 5 zone. But you don't have to do that. You can still have a tombstone perk in your original setup if you would like, but if you're going to be running this solo, I highly recommend having 2 dog bones. Also guys, it should be noted, we are going to load into the Dark Aether with whatever we have here in our gear, so I highly recommend having your tier 3 vest as well as your self-revive. The gas mask is optional, as well as the kill streak. You can have a jug here if you want, that would help things out, or a sentry gun. I just have an airstrike because I just found it on the way of setting stuff up. So go ahead and make sure you have your tier 3 vest and your self-revive. And then it also should be noted, if you want to load it in with one of your weapons here, you are going to lose that insured weapon slot, as we are technically dying as we're going into the Dark Aether, okay? And with all that said guys, we are good to load into the game. Make sure you have your Elder Sigil once more. These 2 things are optional. I'm just using this to get to my tombstone quicker, as well as get to the tombstone perk machine, because I do have to buy the tombstone from the perk machine because I'm not loading in with the tombstone perk like I would normally do. So do keep that in mind as well. Okay guys, we are loaded into the game. As you see, there's my tombstone. It's going to be over at the graveyard, so I will meet you guys right there. All right guys, we've arrived to my tombstone, so we're going to go ahead and grab everything out of here. Make sure that your tombstone does crumble. So now we have grabbed our tombstone. We made sure it crumbled. At this point, you need to make sure you have your tombstone perk equipped before we go to the Dark Aether. So go ahead and pop it if you had it in your stash. If not, go find it on the map. You can either find it on the map here like I'm doing, or you can go to the tier 3 zone and buy it from the Wonder Fizz machine. It's going to be 2,000 points wherever you go. So make sure you do have this. We're going to go ahead and get it. From this point, we are good to go to the Dark Aether, so we're going to go there. It's going to be the bottom of F5. It's going to be right across from the bad signal portal. Again, it's the bottom of F5 if you're not familiar with it, and it is this big purple storm cloud you can see right here. So I will meet you there. We arrived here to the Dark Aether portal. On my way over here, I just realized I actually have one too many items, because I forgot that when we equip this, we need to actually stow this back into the rucksack. So I'm going to go ahead and drop one of these Aether tools, as having 2 dogs is essential here. So make sure you do keep that in mind. That is my apologies. I literally forgot about that. So this is how you would actually want your rucksack, your tombstone set up. Again, my apologies about that. And then from here, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and activate the Elder Sigil here. So go ahead and activate it. You have to keep the Elder Sigil in your rucksack when you do this. If you discard it and go do this, you will not get the portal animation, so do keep that in mind. Then we're going to come down here and get the oxygen bar. And then when the oxygen bar hits red, we're going to vote yes. But at this point, we're not going to close the application like we would on the normal tombstone, because that's how we would normally do tombstone. We're not going to do it that way though. So go ahead, it's red, vote yes for this. And then you're going to see that we're going to actually die. And then also, we're going to get teleported to the Dark Aether as well. And doing this, we're actually setting up our tombstone for the next game. So everything we just had in our rucksack is going to be there for our tombstone next game. And then as you see, we're also getting teleported into the Dark Aether. We're going to have our whole rucksack that we just had. And we're going to be able to use every single item in our rucksack and still have those items next game for our tombstone. So this is super busted. It's a super busted strat here. And also, on top of that, we're going to be able to quadruple pack our weapons. Yes, we're going to be able to quadruple pack our wonder weapons, which is so nice. So this is going to make this so easy. Again, this is why I recommend having the Scorcher with the Pack 3 Crystal and the Legendary tool, because it's just gonna shred when we come in here. And then having the 2 dogs is just like a nice little safety net on top of our self-revive. Okay, so as you see, we have loaded in. We get stripped of everything we had besides our self-res and our kill streak, like I was saying earlier. Go ahead, equip your Aether Blade back. Don't use your dog bones just yet. Wait for that. Then we're gonna go ahead and equip our weapons here. If you double tap the weapon swap, we can skip animations here. That's been a thing since season 1. It's super nice. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and quadruple pack these. As you see, the rarity has been stripped on these weapons if you take a look at the bottom right there. So first we're going to go ahead and pop our tool on the Scorcher. And then we're going to pop the crystal on the Scorcher. And then our VR11, we're just going to pop the tier 3 crystal on. And then from here, guys, there's going to be these 3 little bunnies here. They're going to go left, center, and to the right. And those are the 3 contracts. So we're going to actually go for the easiest one, in my opinion, which is going to be the Outlast contract. And that's going to be over here at the beach where we fought the Aether Worm. So we're going to head right over there. There's going to be one like right up. There it is right there on the edge. That one there. That one's going to be the escort, which that one's super hard. So we have to escort the like whatever the machine thing's called. That one is like one of the hardest challenges. I would not recommend it. But right here, what we can do is we can go ahead and grab this one. Be careful, these zombies are super cracked, but as you see, our quadruple pack Scorcher here really does a lot of damage. So we're going to go ahead and grab this one. Again, this is going to be right over here where the Aether Worm is at the bad signal mission that you've done probably. And so we're going to head in here. If you wanted a map location, this is where that was at, right here on this bus. And then we're going to go ahead and head in here. Again, we only have like 15 minutes when we come into this. So do keep note of your time here. This is a very time-sensitive manner. So we're going to come in here. This is where I recommend popping your first dog. We're going to go ahead and activate this. And then this is going to be an Outlast. So I like to come over into this corner. And then what I do is I spam my Scorcher and I spam my Aether Blade. So that's going to be the strat here. You just go ahead and spam this. And if you guys didn't know, in Season 2, we got a buff on the Scorcher Wonder Weapon and the Ray Gun. So the Scorcher now fires quicker and it actually does progressively more damage each shot that is shot. So that damage is constantly stacking up every time that we take a shot with it, which is super nice. Again, this gets pretty crazy on solo, so do just keep that in mind. I might go down a few times. I'm going to try not to. It's going to be super dope if we don't. All right, we're almost halfway through this contract already. So when you come in here in T5 and do these contracts, there's the 3 contracts. Each one gives you one of the classified schematics, the guaranteed classified schematic. We're going to pop this open. There we have it. We have our dog bone schematic, an Elder Sigil, and another self-res. Oh my god, we have another dog bone in there too. We got to definitely grab that. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Okay, so we're going to go grab this one now. The location is right here. What's that say? H3. You pretty much just have to be super cracked. Stay on top of it. Make sure you're always moving, yada yada. Alright, so here's this first one here. That dog got me. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, here's the second one. I don't know how many times we're going to go down, but we're going to still upload this. So go ahead and tell me I suck, that I need to get good in the comments. We're not going to complete this one. This one's going to fail. You pretty much just have to be super cracked. Stay on top of it. Make sure you're always moving, yada yada. Okay, here's our last one right here. That location was right here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jet out of here. This is getting a little too hectic. So we're gonna go ahead and blast off over here to exit out of here. This is gonna, oh my God, that scared me, that's my dog. So this is gonna be right here, F5 on the map. So we're gonna go ahead and exfil. We're gonna get a successful exfil. Any of the schematics that you just earned from doing these contracts, you are going to unlock here. And then I'm gonna show you the next game we load into, we're still gonna have our Tombstone ready to go. So now we're back in lobby. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that we still have our Tombstone on the map with everything that we had in it before we went into the Dark Aether. And you guys did see I did use all my stuff while we were there inside the Dark Aether, but I'm going to show you we're still going to have everything. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a Scorcher on with the Pack 3 crystal so I can get around the map quick. All right, guys, so as you see, we are loaded back into the game. Our Tombstone is right over there at the graveyard, and this was so considerate that this Aether Rift spawned right here, the Aether Tear right in front of us. Even though I did load in with the Scorcher and a Pack 3 crystal, or at least we're going to have like a little head start here. So I'm going to meet you guys right over there. So here we are, guys. We're here at my Tombstone, and as you see, we have every single thing that we had that we used in the Dark Aether. It's all right here still in our Tombstone. And there we have it, guys. That is how you run T5 solo while keeping your Tombstone right here in Season 2. Share this video with your friends, family, your barber, if you and your barber got the hookup like that. We're almost at 1,000 subs, so if you could drop a sub, it would mean a lot to me and my channel. And as always, guys, peace and prosper. Much love. We'll be catching you on the next one. Great.